Isn't this exciting, Heimlich? The Nostalgia Critic is finally reviewing our movie. Oh, yeah, it's very exciting, yeah. What a way to start off this reaction. I know. So that's right, guys. Yep, the next Nostalgia Critic video I'm reacting to is his review of A Bug's Life. Yeah, that's... When I saw... Let me just sit these... Okay, there we go. toss them out of the way. So, yeah, again, he has finally done a review on Disney and Pixar's A Bug's Life. So, I'm pretty sure some of you know, as do I, because, you know, the community post teases that he's done of what the next movie it is that he would review as the Nostalgia Critic. Well, in one of them, because teasing of a Pixar film he was going to review. And, you know, it's great to see that he's, you know, occasionally reviewing some Pixar material. The first ones he did were Brave and The Incredibles, which I did do my reactions to them if you want to go check them out. So the next Pixar film, which, you know, he didn't, like, all it was that he said in the community post was a Pixar film, and numerous of guesses what it could be. But when it came out and I got the notification and I checked, literally, I was like, yes! Literally, that's kind of like what I kind of like raised my fist up and such as, yes! 'Cause, you know, not to mention, because around the time this came out, I was in a bit of a Bug's Life mood. So, yeah, I kind of still am, as of this recording. And by the way, because as of this recording, I got my hands on, was able to get my hands, finally, I've been meaning to, get my hands on one of those Bug's Life action figures, you know, that came out in promotion for advertisement for the movie. And you know, the commercial is out there on YouTube, if you know about this, where this line of Bug's Life toys, and they were like action-packed, like they had like weapons to them or something, if you know what I'm talking about, yeah. And again, the commercial's out there. The one I got was Francis and Slim, so yeah, should be coming in soon. And if you're ever watching this reaction video again, I have them by now, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's great to see that he's finally reviewed A Bug's Life, and you know, what can you say about A Bug's Life? As of now, sadly, it's, you know, it's an underrated Pixar gem that I think I clearly make a point there. That's a fact. And, you know, when A Bug's Life was first released, and for a few years, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. But as time went on, and more Pixar films came out, it lost its fame and popularity and such, but it's great to see that as of now, you know, it does have its fans, and it has some appreciation. I mean, let's face it. A Bug's Life really helped Pixar kick into high gear some more. Not to mention, A Bug's Life was responsible for their official home in Glendale, California. You know, their official, you know, Pixar Animation Studios building, you know, an animator's paradise, best way to put at it. Because after A Bug's Life and Toy Story 2, Steve Jobs moved the Pixar crew to Glendale, California. He moved them from Point Richmond to Glendale, California, and, well, when they moved there, they would soon start production on Monsters Incorporated, and from there on. So, and you know, especially in their official home, you know, they're just in one big building, instead of, like, kind of like being separated and such from different buildings, because when they originally lived in Point Richmond, because I'm sure you guys are aware of what the original Pixar Animation Studio was like in Point Richmond, but anyways. Yeah, so I'm sure as though that Doug, as the Nostalgia Critic, will have some positive things to say. You know, and this is not the first time that Doug has reviewed A Bug's Life. Well, clearly, because he had reviewed A Bug's Life, a part of Disneycember, when it came to him going over and reviewing the Pixar films at the time of when they were released, how many there were. You know, because when he did Disneycember of Pixar, Well, at that time, the newest Pixar films that were released were, say, Cars 2 and Brave. So yeah, I think that was especially when that same year when he did Disney's December of Pixar films. That was when the Nostalgia Critic at the time, the Nostalgia Critic series and with the character came to an end. But it wasn't until 2013, just a year later, when Doug Walker officially brought it back in a fresh and brand new way. So yeah, and from there on. But anyway, so again, I'm sure as though there will be some positive things to say, but at the same time, yeah, understandable. Some things that he will point out, but yeah. All right, so without further ado, I've been looking forward to this. Now I'm doing it. Let's see what Doug, as the Nostalgia Critic, has to say, him reviewing Disney and Pixar's A Bug's Life. In 3, 2, 1... Did I get 3, 2, 1? I was totally just, what did I do the fingers? But okay, let me start again. 3, 2, 1, now play.
This episode brought to you by Chime, the award-winning app and debit card that can save you money today.
I was aware that there's an opening to the opening skit.
To save Disney? That's a negative.
What are we gonna do? Disney's had one of its worst years ever.
There's gotta be some way to recover from all these box office failures.
Are these the executives or something?
It's him.
Bob Iger?
Love him.
Who?
Hello, sir.
You know what I don't like, Dan?
Us?
Oh, Mickey?
Good guess. But I've actually narrowed it down to 3 things.
Nick.
Intellectual property laws, Bugs Bunny, and when the world mocks me for losing millions and I can't flip them off because I only have 4 fingers!
I assure you, sir, we are doing everything that we can.
I haven't seen so many bombs since goddamn Pearl Harbor!
To be fair,
Mickey really has no part in
We haven't
this
been in a black
stuff.
cauldron this dark since Black Cauldron! You sons of bitches better have an answer for how to get out of this!
We do, sir. We
Doug's
do.
Mickey impression can be hilarious.
rely on our past IP.
As if anybody just doing a Mickey impression.
Daniel, go to the window. Do you see the man in the Pluto costume with the brass knuckles?
I do, sir.
What?
Go to him, Daniel. He has a message for you.
Where's this going? Because this is A Bug's Life. Well.
Oh, God!
Oh. Punch down. Let me guess. Yeah, like there's a bit of makeup,
Did you get his
a
message?
black eye.
Loud and clear.
Splendid. Now what are we actually going to do?
Perhaps we can put together even bigger budgets?
Yes! Paying more money than you have is a great way to get more money than you have.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. Have you checked the box
Yeah,
office?
how can you talk after that?
No.
Inside Out 2 is still making money.
But that came out weeks ago.
Doesn't happen.
And Deadpool and Wolverine is still making money.
What was their budget?
Just the regular amount.
Those are the only Pixar and Marvel movies coming out this year.
Crispity,
Yeah.
crunchity, peanut buttery Jesus. Do you know what this means?
We need to spend time on good storytelling, smart surprises, and interesting characters in order
We need to rely on our past IP. Another Frozen, another Avengers, another Moana, another Avatar, another Toy Story, another Zootopia, another Snow White, another Captain America, another Frozen, another Avengers, another Moana, another Avatar, another Lion
Okay,
King,
don't go
another Lilo and
overboard.
Stitch, another Sister Act, another Shang-Chi, another National Treasure, another Aladdin, another Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Yes to
another
National
Incredibles.
Treasure.
And we'll finish it off with the biggest blockbuster of all time, Tron 3.
Hooray! And don't forget, another Bug's Life.
Yes.
You can, even we're not that desperate.
Okay, so that's where it was going. Yet again, the intro being short. Is there a specific reason? Just
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. Usually when you hear the name Pixar, you think of some of the best animated films that came out the past few decades, some of the most underwhelming films to be connected with that lineup, and then A Bug's Life.
yep.
which is there.
Oh, come on. First thing
For a
he's...
follow-up to not only a cinematic game-changer, but also a box office smash, A Bug's Life really isn't talked about that much when discussing Pixar's history. I guess it's not seen as a bad film, but it's not really seen as worth much discussion either. Part of that could be there's a little bit of an animated bug race when this film came out. You see, Jeffrey Katzenberg left Disney to go form DreamWorks and claimed he took the idea of a CG animated bug movie with him. Disney said, like hell you are, and worked double time to make their version before his. In the end, DreamWorks got there first with their 1998 hit Ants. Disney made an even bigger splash that summer, making even more money with their film. However, while
they got the last
film
laugh.
okay, it was clear this wasn't what we expected from a follow-up to a film that won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. And as much as we like to make fun of Pixar for doing nothing but sequels and spin-offs now, we forget literally their third movie was a sequel. They went back to Toy Story right after their second film. That's how underwhelming A Bug's Life was. Over 25 years later, though, is this more than just the middle child in between Toy Stories? Is there more to it than just a race to get one movie out before the other? Well, not a ton more, but I guess more than some other DreamWorks and Disney movies that try to rush their way to the box office. So let's take a closer look. Let's look at the Pixar movie so small you often forget it's even there. A Bug's Life. The film opens honestly with a pretty funny joke when a line of ants carrying food gets interrupted by a leaf. Oh no! I'm lost! How I am when I'm told I'm disliking the acolyte for the wrong reasons. Oh no!
Something. What?
Kiadi
Monday, please.
And I'll admit, I forgot what a good cast this movie has. Dave Foley, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Phyllis Diller, Richard Kind, David Hyde Pierce, Madeline Kahn, Bonnie Hunt, Dennis Leary.
Jonathan Harris, a.k.a. Dr. Smith.
Your Highness,
oh, come on.
When you hover like that.
See, because she was literally hovering. So, ants are funny!
They come, they eat, they leave. That's our lot in life.
It's not a lot, but it's our life. Okay, not what I was expecting. I was hoping he had some positive things to say. Maybe.
Who, tell me if you've heard this, is a clumsy screw-up with a good heart. That's unique. If only he charmingly rambled.
Hello, princess.
He's trying to make a difference.
Not, of course, that you would need a telescope to see
Well, this is a really stupid question, and particularly in view of our recent shopping excursion. When I found out that you were engaged,
in comparison to others like Flick.
If it was at all possible, if it was within the view of your vision.
And you too. I can be like that sometimes.
Shut up!
Thank you, Doug.
Let's keep on coming.
being little's not such a bad thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Oscar-winning writers, everybody.
Pretend that that's a secret.
Oh my God.
It's a rock.
We'll just
Come
use
on,
our
Doug.
imagination.
But it's a rock.
I know
It's a rock.
I still know so many people.
Now that's funny.
It's a rock dialogue. Like I said, the ants are funny. It turns out they're gathering food for the grasshoppers, who force them to hand over half their rations. But when Flick accidentally destroys what's left, the grasshoppers intentionally try to
That
destroy them.
moment
So where is
where
it?
Flick,
Where's my food?
I'll talk about later.
Spacey plays Hopper, who hears the stretch, doesn't respect personal space, and just grabs who he wants.
There's a buggy
Yeah.
world out there, princess. One of those
Circle of life kind of things.
Oh, you use that our bodies become the grass bullshit to convince him this was fair too.
Well, Lion King being a huge thing.
Okay, Bill. I do wish he was a little funnier, but he
Oh no, he's a great
Simple as his
Pixar
motivation
villain.
is, he does make the most of it.
Yes, he does.
His mother on her deathbed, that I wouldn't
Kill you. I would kill you.
And yeah, okay, sometimes he can be funny.
Yeah.
He tells Princess Anna
The grasshoppers.
to take over for the queen,
Not
but
just
they have
Hopper.
until the end of summer to make up for the lost food. Flick gets an idea to
ants
find
have a
help
nice
outside
summer.
their home, and the council is happy because it'll get him out of their hair.
I am a cute little bumblebee.
Okay, this is where the film gets good.
Okay, good.
Circus
Thank
bugs
you.
are really damn funny.
Yes, they are.
These characters work really well.
They're some of the
on each other
best.
as They try to survive their day-to-day lives performing. If anyone ever quotes any lines from this movie, I guarantee you it's from these characters.
You're making the maggots cry. Popcorn, stale popcorn.
Poo-poo hands.
Here's Toyle's favorite joke.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a girl.
Is that it, Flyboy?
just kidding. Twitter has no favorite joke. Also, is it me, or is Dennis Leary totally doing a Jason Alexander impression?
Judging by your breath, you must have been buzzing around a dung heap.
Is he?
We say we hate lawyers, but we can't wait to sue somebody.
Nah.
I'm gonna pick the hairs
No, that's just his
out
voice.
one by one. We want leaders to make tough choices, and we vote them out when they do.
Or maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to play a Duckman quote.
I'd say so.
Everyone should be.
Yeah,
My favorite are
we've all
these
been
two
there sometimes.
acrobats who maybe understand
An excuse
three
to
words
play
in
something.
English.
Don't you understand? We are up.
Hey, they don't understand me.
Have you tried turning them yellow and increasing the annoyance to... These characters are so funny, I wish the focus was on them and the ants were more of a supporting role. Kind of like in The Three Amigos. Right down to Randy Newman trying to sabotage the music. Okay, that's not fair. I actually love the songs in Three Amigos. Randy, I'm sorry for this one. Anyway, they get fired for setting the owner on, well, fire. And Flick sees them survive a brawl thinking they're warrior bugs.
Yeah.
Also, this Bug City isn't anything that spectacular, but some of these throwaway jokes do get a laugh.
Bloody Mary, all positive.
By the way, that's
Cool, that's the blood Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie wore around their necks. Great, now you love awkward interviews. Hey, if I'm reviewing
my
the
point
movie
being
for
the
90, you're gonna get
mosquito,
Fiona Apple
the voice of
exists.
Squidward.
I have been scouting for bugs with your exact talents.
A talent scout.
Of course, the circus bugs confuse Flick's offer for a performance, and they accept.
Boy, are those grasshoppers in for a big surprise.
The look I give when somebody says, no, really, these NFTs are the real deal. They're introduced to the ants who believe they're warriors as well, but they quickly get a wake-up call.
Oh,
Yes.
look at the beautiful colors of the blood.
We drew one of you dying because our teacher said it would be more
That is
dramatic.
so
Our teacher also
Joe
has a website
Ranft.
called Dude, I'm seriously a teacher.com.
I mean, that's what he did. Joe Ranft pitched that. Colorful colorful colors of the blood, and you know.
Christ, why weren't these characters the leads? They, of course, tell
Well,
what's really going on.
well,
They're
and for one
trying
thing,
to
they don't
leave,
speak
they run into
English.
a surprisingly terrifying foul. I don't know how often I get to say this, but this is one of the most terrifying birds ever put on film. It not only roars like a raptor, but it moves at almost the same speed a
Well,
bird does. While
and this
also
is the
being
bug's
gigantic.
point of view, so
You're legit kind of ducking every time you watch this thing attack. With so many movie scenes with giant monsters out there, I'll just say it, this is one of the most intense.
yeah. They were quite good at animating the bird fast because they can move fast.
They managed to escape and even save Ada's sister, resulting in everyone once again declaring them as heroes. Everyone says Inside Out 2 is the Pixar film that represented anxiety brilliantly, but no, Princess Ada saying, oh, I don't know, truly defined her as a multi-layered character.
I know what everyone really thinks. Nobody really believes I can do this job. It's like they're all watching me.
Okay, could be interesting. Perhaps if we dive more into that. To be fair, it's a lot of guys when the girlfriends talk about anxiety.
Yeah. And
You're entering a world of responsibility, of finances, of summer. Oh my god, fun! Beach is fun! No, you gotta think about your money and stuff. It's
no, summer coming to an end.
Luckily,
All right, let's go ahead and skip this. Yeah, so timeout because whoa, crap. Where is okay? Okay. Well,
about our latest video, so be sure to subscribe
Okay.
and hit that notification.
okay, so making sure. All right, so timeout because so what Doug so far up to 14 minutes and 16 seconds of this, what he had to say, what he's so far has said about A Bug's Life as the nostalgia critic reviewing A Bug's Life, that is. Okay, I was hoping he would have some positive things to say, but not at the beginning. But yeah, but at least when it came up to the circus bugs, yeah, I mean he makes a good point because I guess to some people, including Doug, but not for me, because I had no problem like from the beginning and with the ants and Flick and such. Well, I mean, the grasshoppers were another great thing in A Bug's Life, right? Right, so, you know, But I do recall that when Doug reviewed A Bug's Life for Disneycember, yeah, because he had a lot of positive things to say about the circus bugs and them being the highlight and what saved the movie, but come on, save the movie, just, again, as I said, for me, I had no problem with the ant colony and what happens at the start of this movie before we get to the circus bugs. So yeah, and as I pointed out, and mentioning the late Joe Ranft, the whole thing of the student ants, a drawing of the whom they think are warriors, and it's very violent, and poor Heimlich and the drawing being sliced in half, that was all done by Joe Ranft. He pitched that. That was done by him. Genius, and how it made its way into the movie. So good. So good. Joe Ranft, heart and soul of A Bug's Life, as the Pixar crew said it best themselves. If anybody had seen the Pixar roundtable of A Bug's Life, it is out there on YouTube. That's good to see. Still is. So, if you've seen that by any chance, I know I have. They're quite good, because on YouTube currently, and as of this recording, because the Pixar roundtables of this, A Bug's Life, Monsters Incorporated, Finding Nemo, and A Bug's Life. Were there any others? I'm pretty sure. And can't forget to mention the first Toy Story film. Yeah. Which, by the way, the Toy Story roundtable, which they did that in 2005, well, because, marking 10 years since the first Toy Story film, the roundtable for Toy Story, that would be one of the very last things that Joe Ranft would appear in and do something months before he would sadly die in a car accident. So, yeah. At least Joe lived up for when Toy Story became 10 years old. Turned 10 years old, I should say. So, yeah. So again, Joe Ranft, heart and soul of A Bug's Life, because A Bug's Life has Joe Ranft's name written all over it pretty much, because, Joe Ranft having a huge part of A Bug's Life, well, not to mention, with some voices he lended, most notably, of course, one of the circus bugs, Heimlich, of course. Yeah, so, I'm pretty sure as of now, when people would think of A Bug's Life, I think they would immediately think of, say, Heimlich, because Heimlich is definitely one of the most popular characters of this movie, and Pixar in general, some of Pixar's top best memorable, funny characters, Also, the part, I wanted to mention this, the part with Flick when he his machine accidentally knocks over the pile of pebbles, rocks, causing the entire stack of food, falling down and going into the water, because we've all had that kind of moment, right? Seriously, that moment for poor Flick, just, some of us have been in that kind of situation, right? Just, yeah, A Bug's Life says it all right there, and I think for a lot of us, we can relate to Flick. Not to mention, I remember hearing about this, Flick was, I think, the Lucky Charm or something. What I think to the Pixar animators when they were doing A Bug's Life, I'm pretty sure, but if you know what I'm talking about, just, yeah. And I had a feeling that, that Doug, as the nostalgia critic, would bring up, not go entirely into it, but just, I think what he had to say was really good, keeping it brief. The whole subject of and controversy of ants and A Bug's Life. Yeah, because that was a huge thing and an infamous moment that happened in the history of animation, no doubt about it. And how it happened a good chunk of other times, as Doug showed, Shark Tale, Finding Nemo, Cars, Turbo, Madagascar, The Wild. I mean, at least for Madagascar, that came before The Wild. So, it is hard to tell, especially for Madagascar and The Wild, whom was doing which first. Disney and DreamWorks. Disney doing The Wild and DreamWorks doing Madagascar. Who started first with those movies, each of them. I think you know what I'm saying. Also, I'm glad to see that because I was prepared, and I was like, thinking to myself, oh boy, because when we get up to Hopper, because Hopper being voiced by Kevin Spacey, what's Doug gonna say? But thankfully, so far, not yet, at least. I mean, I don't know until I continue this. Any any reference and pointing at Kevin Spacey, I mean, but just for me, and to keep, to be completely honest, and Kevin Spacey, I only like him as an actor, okay? Because there's no denying that he had been a fantastic actor. He had been in so many great films. The performances that he had brought into some great films, and especially villains like Hopper and is it Reservoir Dogs or just something? But I know that also there was another movie that he did, I think had Morgan. Did it have Morgan Freeman in it? You might know what I'm talking about, but just, yeah. So, just overall, yeah. I only like certain people like Kevin Spacey. I only like him and anybody else. I like them as actors and such, okay? So, yeah. Alright, so enough said, and yeah, I think that what I've had to say is, yeah, so I'm good for now. So, yeah. Okay, time back in. So, here we go. Only 8 minutes left, so here we go. Continuing on right now.
To get all the latest updates.
Okay.
Puts together that Hopper is afraid of birds, so they hatch a plan to put together a giant fake one. All we have to do is bring Nicolas Cage alive inside and we'll be set. Meanwhile, the grasshoppers want to stay and party, leaving the ants behind for a season. When Hopper reminds them there was one ant who stood up to him, he makes it clear one can become many. How about this? Spacey gives. Wait, here's another lawsuit.
Those ants outnumber
there we go.
us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure
Why'd he cut
out,
out puny?
There goes our way of life.
Thank God ants aren't mathematical in any conceivable way. But it's a liar reveal story from the 90s, so let's get to the shitty stuff.
Looking for a bunch of circus performers. Have you seen them?
Yep, the circus bugs are outed, which of course means the planet has nothing wrong with it. Totally can't work. And Flick is canceled because that's just what
make
we
a good point there.
God-awful third acts. Jesus, I'm glad these aren't done that often anymore.
Tell me this isn't true.
We're going to hide all this and pretend it never happened.
By the way, did you know Lie Revealed is the official term for it now? I was just called it that because I couldn't think of something better, but now it's the actual name of this awful cliche. Neat.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, Doug started it, right?
Before the rest of his colony.
Yeah.
He invented it.
Drama, basically a rom-com Mad Libs, really sink in. Y'all, we need at least 10 minutes of this short running time totally dedicated to this. No laughs, no jokes, no nothing. This is powerfully depressing shit. You are powerfully depressed.
You lied, Flick. You lied to her. You lied to the colony. You lied to me.
Look, I've said this before in the past. You can do this trope all you want. Just do something different or funny with it. But everyone back then thought they were the first ones to perform this amazing twist, so they were always gentle enough to let us recover from this bombshell of new emotions we'd never experienced before. Waterboy did this.
I just wanted to make a difference.
I want you to leave, Flick. And this time, come back.
Can you just move on so I can see what reference you made with the cookie box? Dumbo, good to know. Oh, I'm sorry, please, continue to rip my heart out. They give the Phantom Menace a shot to rip off, and the grasshoppers are so pissed there's no food, they decide to hold him hostage.
Wow.
Meanwhile, oh no.
I don't think this is not the first time Phantom Menace and Bugs Life did that.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen this trope in full bloom, and God, what an awful weed.
Pretend it's a seed, okay?
Say what you will, Doug.
We want you to pretend this is Toy Story. He, of course, gets the nerve to go back, and they stage a rescue, distracting the grasshoppers with a show. Oh, and also the true blueberries apparently rock.
Blueberries rock! Yeah!
Disney, I'm confused. Are ducks the ones with rocking abilities or blueberries? Because both would be an overabundance of rock. As the show goes on, the bird is prepared and launched.
And then, PT.
Would definitely not qualify as blueberries rocking. If anything, I'd call it unrocculent. The bird is cooked and exposed as a fake, but Flick rallies the rest of the ants behind it.
Ants don't serve grasshoppers.
It's you who need us.
Let my Pessmires go. Thank you, Word Hippo, for that one.
Pessmire.
They team up and scare the grasshoppers away, putting Hopper in a cannon.
I'd say they all come together and
I mean,
take on the grasshoppers.
but a storm starts up, separating everyone, and Hopper goes after Flick. Etta manages to save him, but Flick has another idea.
The circus bugs tried to at first,
There's almost
but they failed.
a lot of good shots of this character.
Yes.
Flick leads him towards the bird's
That
nest.
too, just
Yeah, this is a
how
pretty
menacing
cool
he is,
Disney
about to
villain
strangle him to death.
How is Disney making literal baby birds haunt my nightmares? The day is saved.
It's haunting to the
circus
bugs,
have to make their way
right?
to other performances they suck at. Yeah, did they ever get good at what they did? Princess Anna is even finally made queen. Well, better start stretching down there, because there's a lot of things your mother didn't tell you about your duties. They launch little ant firecrackers. Not sure how that's supposed to work.
I think
And
there's
know I could
supposed to be
easily make a joke about
fireworks.
how the end credits are the best part, but no, seriously, the end credits are the best part.
Yep.
So this was a trend for a couple.
Glad you agree.
movies, and this was the first one to do it. They ran bloopers not of the voice actors flubbing their lines, but of the characters flubbing their lines.
Yes.
And they do a really good job making them sound and feel legit.
Yes.
Infinity
And beyond.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is almost famously known for having the giggles, so
Yes.
it really feels authentic when she randomly can't stop laughing.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
Hopper's reaction.
These bloopers were so popular that halfway through the film's run in theaters, they put
Woody.
in new ones, which was a clever way to possibly bring back audiences who maybe had no interest in seeing it again. I'll be honest, I didn't have any interest in seeing the movie until they started advertising the bloopers.
Oh.
I thought this idea was so damn clever, I literally bought a
I don't think
ticket
I've seen-
just so I could see them.
Oh, wait, stop.
I think I swallowed a bug.
And I'm glad I did, because I found this film unbad. So, yeah, the circus bugs weren't in the movie. I don't think I would have enjoyed it, but they are, and they take up a lot of screen time. The main problem
yeah, I think he
really
makes
is
a
the ants and the
fair
skit
point there.
storytelling. I can't really say the worst moments are god-awful, though. They're just annoyingly standard. But at the same time, it is kind of interesting to see Pixar's second outing was so standard and mundane. People forget there's a little bit of a worry that maybe Toy Story was the only good film they had, but then they released Toy Story 2 and a whole bunch of other good films, and they showed they were usually a studio of high quality. And I guess I find it interesting when a studio of high quality makes not a low quality film, but an average quality film. Then on their second try. I know it sounds odd to say, but for such an interesting history the studio has, even their non-interesting films in this context can surprisingly be kind of interesting. I'm a nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
See you next time, Doug. What's it gonna be?
Damn poo-poo hands!
Well, I think clearly it had to be something Heimlich, and it's
We're
that.
still doing cameos for
Still,
charity.
it is
This
funny.
month We're doing Wings for...
Okay, and the charity shout out as always, and for this one for Wings for Life. Okay. All right, so that was the Nostalgia Critics review of A Bug's Life. Yeah, not what I was expecting at first, I will say that, but okay, I mean, at least, yeah, I was still right. He did have some positive things to say, mainly on the circus bugs, and I couldn't agree more. The circus bugs are definitely some of the best batch of characters in this. And he did make a fair point. You know, had the circus bugs had not been in A Bug's Life, well, there technically really wouldn't have been a story for this. And you know something? Look, clearly because they did pick A Bug's Life didn't have to be just like, say, Toy Story, because the first Toy Story film is the first Toy Story film, and A Bug's Life is what it is. You know where I'm going with this? So that's what's important. Different storytelling and where the stories go for Pixar's films and such, okay? You know, who says that they have to be just like Toy Story? They don't have to. That's what's important. I mean, why? Surely Doug would maybe know about this, maybe, but I don't know. And I mean, okay, at least like as I was expecting, maybe Doug would say something directly towards Kevin Spacey and such. Just one. He only did one. Just like the face that Hopper has, well, how about this? And all that grain pouring down on the three grasshoppers. And actually, bits and pieces of it are on YouTube, I think, still. The bits and pieces of the work print of A Bug's Life. And there's one shot that, well, was cut, because clearly dark. When the grain piled on top of the three grasshoppers, there's one shot where we see one of their hands just, it killed them, basically. I mean, technically, we don't see them after that, pretty much, but, it's understandable that they cut out that one shot, because, yeah, dark and such. But I think maybe we would get the legit idea on what happened to them when the grain piled on top of them. And why did he cut that out? Because when Hopper says those puny little ants, he cut out puny. Why? Is puny offensive or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And if you guys know, like, if you're like me too, like, why did he cut out the one quick audio of when Hopper says the word puny? Anyways. And also what Doug had to say, as the Nostalgia Critic, what he had to say on the bird. Yeah, because from the bug's point of view, the bird being terrifying and menacing and such, And, well, clearly, because the bird, the bird in A Bug's Life being its own T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Well, and because clearly when there were clips of Jurassic Park shown in this. So, yeah. But like I said, even before I started the reaction, where A Bug's Life really pushed and kicked Pixar into high gear, definitely. And like I said, it's thanks to A Bug's Life that, they got their new official home in Glendale, California, but also more animators came in. And here's this. And this is true, and this was talked about in the roundtable for A Bug's Life. When the teaser for The Incredibles came out, A Bug's Life was left off in the teaser, from the makers of Toy Story, from the creators of Toy Story, Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo, A Bug's Life was completely left off. And even when they didn't have that many films, and when it came up to The Incredibles, do you know where I'm going with this? Yeah, they just because the Pixar animators were very upset. According to John Lasseter, they were so upset, the people at Pixar, the animators, to see that A Bug's Life was left off the list, in the teaser for The Incredibles. So what happened after that, they started doing a Bug's Life appreciation week. They whipped out the posters, merchandise, t-shirt, and the grand finale of the A Bug's Life Appreciation Week was basically a dramatic reading from the script of A Bug's Life. Joe Ranft doing the voice of Heimlich, Dave Foley voicing Flick, and John Ratzenberger voicing P.T. Flea. They were a part of that, and they attended, of course. And, but thankfully when, and I remember this, when Cars came around, and when the teaser for Cars came out, well, A Bug's Life was in there, from the creators of Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and A Bug's Life, because, well, especially those that worked on A Bug's Life, definitely, because, them doing Cars and having a big part on working Cars, mainly, say, John Lasseter and Joe Ranft, the co-directors of the first Cars film, so, yeah. Is there anything else I want to mention? Well, I mean, yeah, because the outtakes, because, fun fact, Pixar was considering doing outtakes when the first Toy Story film happened, but they didn't have time to do that, especially where they were at, and they were this close to finishing Toy Story. But when it came to A Bug's Life, that's when they decided, then, yeah, now they can do outtakes and such. And just getting the voiced cast in on this, they got a kick out of this, from what I've heard. And yeah, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her fake, hilarious laugh, just so good. And for poor Hopper, this is the 15th take. I cannot take this. I will be in my trailer. So, and especially are you saying I'm stupid? Yes! And yeah, Doug has made a good point, how realistic they feel, the outtakes. And actually, the one where Malt accidentally knocks over the camera, that was a daily, animation, that was a part of animation dailies, which would get used for the outtakes. So yeah. And yeah, the Toy Story references in the outtakes of A Bug's Life from To Infinity and Beyond, and Woody showing up in the second batch of outtakes. And is it me, or if I'm having a Mandela effect, maybe you guys would know this too. I swear, maybe it is a Mandela effect. I could have sworn, more than likely, on the VHS of A Bug's Life. I think we still have the VHS copy of A Bug's Life here, but I don't know. If I remember correctly, I think the VHS version of A Bug's Life, because the VHS of A Bug's Life, it was full screen. And even, say, on the DVD and Blu-ray releases of A Bug's Life, there's the option of widescreen and full screen. For full screen, yeah, because for the full screen version and for the VHS version of A Bug's Life, I'm pretty sure they have all the outtakes, from the first batch and the second together for the full screen version of A Bug's Life. I'm pretty sure. I swear, if it's not a Mandela effect I'm having, you guys can let me know. I think I'm right. I think I'm right on that. So yeah. And let's not forget that the first short film for Pixar for a couple of years, well, Jerry's Game, and how, yeah, Jerry's Game was shown before A Bug's Life. And actually, fun fact, because the part of the Ant Island tree, the carving of it is, part of it is like the shape of Jerry's head. I remember reading this. I swear I'm not making it up. Maybe you guys know this too, but yeah. And, is there anything else? Well, I don't know. Man, I have to go back and look, because I think, Doug, made a joke or something about Francis. Francis is a guy, yet he's a ladybug. I remember hearing this, Francis being one of the first, Disney and Pixar characters drag or something? I don't think so. No, because Francis is a ladybug, and... Well, yeah, and Francis made a good point. So, being a ladybug automatically makes me think I'm a girl. Is that it, Flyboy? What Francis said. Yeah, Francis made a good point. He said it right there. And I don't think so. I was not... Well, I don't... Why? Why would Doug think that? Because what? Dennis Leary doing a Jason Alexander impression? No, because that's Dennis Leary's natural voice. And just when he would then go on to be the voice of Diego in the Ice Age films. Which, by the way, because aside from the Ice Age films, the only other animation material film that Dennis Leary has done a voice in is A Bug's Life. That's it. Again, aside from the Ice Age films, the only one that's not Ice Age that he's done animation is A Bug's Life. So, yeah, that's interesting to think about that as of now. But anyways, so, if there's anything else I wanted to mention, well, yeah, actually, one more thing, because, the rain, because the rain, in A Bug's Life being kind of a huge deal, because, A Bug's Life is right there, is when, Pixar really, started out doing water shots. Up close and such, and how advanced how far they did with water at that point. Because they've done rain shots and a bit of water shots before, say in Red's Dream, Knick Knack, the first Toy Story film. But when it came up to A Bug's Life, yeah, this is where water and rain really kicked off for Pixar. And apparently, from what I've heard, The Rain and A Bug's Life, it took them 4 years. 4 years to do the rain shots. I mean, especially since, the one shot where the one part where, I should say, where Flick and Ada and Hopper, they're flying through the riverbed in A Bug's Life, because of the rain pouring down and the drops. Yeah. And you know something? Because, well, ants also, them having water, and here's the thing. Ants got to be a part of the Guinness World Record book, being the first computer animated film to have computer-generated water. That should have gone to A Bug's Life. Like I said, it took them 4 years to do the rain, and when ants stepped in, they stole that from A Bug's Life. What should have been given to A Bug's Life, being in the Guinness World of Records, having digital computer-generated water, just, yeah. Because, it definitely shows, because from the stories that were told about, when it came to the infamous, battle between ants and A Bug's Life, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, getting payback on Disney, revenge and such, and how, yeah, Jeffrey, in a way, is like a Disney villain. But, I mean, he's not really a bad man. It's just, to Disney, if you get what I'm saying, just, yeah, in a humorous way, I guess, he's in some ways a real life Disney villain. Well, just like Charles Mitz, yeah, Charles Mitz was another real life Disney villain who stole Oswald the Lucky Rabbit from Walt Disney. So there you go. There's a good example right there. Yeah, because Jeffrey Katzenberg rushing ants to come out before A Bug's Life. Especially when Prince of Egypt was happening, and well, because when Katzenberg was trying to make a deal and ask John Lasseter and Andrew Stanton to move A Bug's Life to a later date because Prince of Egypt was coming out and such, and well, also ants. I mean, at one point, Katzenberg, I think, yeah, because the word is, Katzenberg was rushing the animators to finish up ants, but also, Katzenberg, he told Pixar that, I'll shove ants, I'll put it on a shelf and so on, but John Lasseter and Andrew Stanton, them being hurt by this, understandable, and being betrayed by Katzenberg, they flat out refused to change the release date for A Bug's Life. And to Katzenberg, well, because, to heck with Prince of Egypt. We're gonna release ants, I want ants to come out before Prince of Egypt, and so on. And if you know this fully, just, yeah. It's crazy to knowing about this, But, no hard feelings on ants. I quite liked ants. I don't think it's that bad. But definitely, A Bug's Life is better than ants. And as I mentioned early on, Pixar got the last laugh when A Bug's Life came out and it surpassed ants. I think that's the correct way of saying it. But anyways, all right, but I think that's about it. Yeah, because I don't want to keep this reaction video going on that long. But just, yeah. But overall, what the nostalgia critic, Doug Walker, as the critic, what he had to say about A Bug's Life, I get it, but at the same time, for those like me, really enjoy A Bug's Life. I don't care about anything what Doug had to say about, say, the ant colony and so on. The circus bugs, anything that he said that was positive and such, yeah, I'll give him that. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, on the ant colony at the beginning and such, and hey, we're all entitled to our opinions, right? So, yeah. But yeah, just overall, his review of A Bug's Life, it was not that bad. Not bad at all. And it was still funny. And the positive things that he had to say, just, yeah. And the opening skit, yeah. And just very quickly, I hate it that just how, still, people using Mickey Mouse as, say, Mickey Mouse is the bad guy, and just, no, because Mickey Mouse is harmless. Mickey has nothing to do with this. It's just the people at Disney. They are the ones we should be stabbing at and poking at. You get what I'm saying? But no offense to them, okay? Just, not to go that far on them. I'm not like that, so, but I get it. I understand. Disney's got the wrong people running Disney. Okay? I think that sounds about right there. But anyways, and best way to put at it. So again, what Doug, as the Nostalgia Critic, had to say on A Bug's Life, as I said, not bad. It was a not bad review. Funny, of course, and yeah. So what about you guys? What did you think of the Nostalgia Critic's review of A Bug's Life, the Nostalgia Critic video itself, anything you agree and disagree with, and how you feel on the whole controversy, infamous A Bug's Life versus Ants thing? You know, what are your fondest memories of A Bug's Life? And some things that Doug, as the critic, pointed out, and, you know, like, say, the outtakes, the circus bugs, the wide shots, you know, and some fantastic, like, camera shots, and, yeah, because there was a lot of amazing camera shots in this. Like, again, A Bug's Life taking Pixar just at the next level. Facts. So yeah. But yeah, just overall, what did you think of the Nostalgia Critic video itself? And with what I've had to say, my reaction, I almost said review, and yeah, what did you think of my reaction? Leave comments and give this reaction video a like, as always. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic video of his review of Disney and Pixar's A Bug's Life. More reaction videos are coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video / reaction. Take care, and peace out. I'm a beautiful butterfly!